And we're back with another live reaction from this beautiful Serie A campaign. It is your boys from AC Milan Zone. My name is Stefano, and I'm joined by my friend Oscar. Oscar, how are you?
I'm good. I'm not good. That was. I'm not even angry. Uh, it's just really pathetic. 90 minutes, pathetic performances, pathetic management. I don't know how it's gone so wrong so quickly. It's been 6 weeks of just piling on the pressure and yeah, just terrible performances left, right, and center. And I don't know. The turn of the year was usually we hope for good things. This is just becoming a bit of a nightmare now. Yet again, we could have pulled away from Como, who are fifth. Could have put off almost an eight. Was it would be 8 point gap? Now it's still only five. We have 3 games left, and if we don't make Champions League, then I don't know what to do. I might become a Bayern fan.
Yeah, I mean, we could have really cemented this, and instead, thankfully, the whole Serie A, doesn't matter if it's regulation or Champions League spots, it's been a race to who's willing to shoot themselves in the foot less, because otherwise we might be in trouble. But thankfully, Como, struggled. Even though they should have won against Napoli, they had about 1,700 chances, but couldn't put them away. We'll see what Roma does. They have not an easy game with Fiorentina. Juve will win at Verona, I'm sure, but I guess that doesn't really matter. We just need, you know, not to be overtaken by two of them. This was disgusting. As you know, just to give a little bit of context to our viewers, I've been enjoying my 3 day weekend, May Day, Labor Day here in Europe. So three days off, fever all of Sunday, and that sickness and illness continued. Canceled all my plans today. Couldn't make it out of the house. Couldn't make it out of bed. And I thought, okay, well, just gonna make it to the couch and watch this Milan game. It's Sassuolo, nothing too exciting, but as you said, we'll cement our Champions League spot, and things will be good. No, 5 minutes in, Mimo Berardi, of course, Mimo Berardi punishes Allegri's Milan, and then Tomori. I mean, I could rant about Tomori, Nkunku, Stupinian, but as you can see and hear from me, I'm pretty rough. So maybe I'll let you tee off. Who's
Yeah.
your first target for this absolutely abhorrent performance from the boys?
I who do I pick? I don't think anyone had a good game or even a all right game. Gabbia, but even he looked like he was on the ropes at times. Mignon could have done better for the 2-0. Pavlovic, just headless chicken. Estupinian, I'm not sure what academy or how he grew up to become a footballer, genuinely. The mistakes he makes, I mean, I'm sure he looks like a good athlete. He's pretty quick. He seems to have good lungs. That's it. He shouldn't be a professional footballer. He shouldn't be in a team looking for Champions League. Yeah, disgusting performance, honestly, for the 1-0. How he's like, I think almost 10 meters away from marking his man. And I shouldn't say the only person you need to watch out for on the pitch, but it's Berardi. What is he not allowed to do? It's shoot, regardless of where in the box. It's a
Yeah,
beautiful finish, but at
it
the same
is.
time, he should be closed down. Or he shouldn't even be closed down quicker. He should just not have received the ball with that much space in the in the first begin. Like you'd have to, he gets to prepare. It takes a lifetime for him to be able to prepare an angle and shoot. So defensively terrible for the 1-0 and 2-0 as well. I mean, Fofana and Salamakas just ball watching. Now it looks like every time either we get the ball or when somebody's trying or it's in the forwards are in another team member or team colleagues position, right? It's kind of like, okay, let Atakama deal with this. It's his man. He's supposed to be shutting him down, and they just everyone's just ball watching. Selemakers is ball watching. Fofana's ball watching. We're throwing tantrums on the pitch. Selemakers focuses more on the fourth official than actually playing football. I feel bad for I guess maybe Liao, but he doesn't get any service.
Yeah, big
He's
mischance.
all alone. Nkunku, a ghost. I mean, I don't 37 million euros. What the fuck is that? Um, Ruben Loftus-Cheek comes on, gets a yellow for diving. Like you were focusing on getting dives against Sassuolo, and rightfully so, he gets a yellow. It's a
Yeah,
pathetic dive. I
that
hate
was
it.
pathetic. Yeah,
That
it
just
was
sums up
hilarious because that was
Ruben
like maybe
Loftus-Cheek for me.
the most like athletic and determined I've seen him. I was like, oh, hold on, he's doing something, and then immediately just zero contact dive,
Yeah,
which maybe sums
maybe
up
time to
his time
unblock
at
us
Milan.
and focus on actually playing football and not diving. You div.
Yeah,
Ah,
I mean, all of it disgusting. We were both excited. I definitely was for Jashari, but on that first goal, that's come on.
yeah. Oh, forgot about that.
You cannot be that weak. You cannot be lose that ball. And I get it. Those are the type of balls that if we didn't have Modric, we would see three or four of those more a game, and we got spoiled because we have Modric who just rarely loses like the ball like that. Um, but just that screams bloody murder and starts everything. And then yeah, Stupinian, as you said, there we since we lost the ball on the low block, we actually have a lot of defenders back. Why are you halfway between the ball and the man that's behind you? That's all you need to cover. There's so much space. Just yeah, just ridiculous. Yeah, it truly looks like, yeah, like, oh yeah, good athlete, and you just put there, but he has no tactical idea about football, which is just wild for a player that has played so many games in so many big leagues. Uh,
I think I can see why he's quite good in why he was quite good in the Premier League. It's because he is athletic. Just ran a
yeah,
lot, and he had some
and he
decent
yeah,
defenders
and he
behind
was
him.
in
One
a De
with
Zerbi
him.
system that was also with wing backs, kind of like Conte. Sometimes you're like, you could look back at some of those Conte wing backs, you're like, who who was apparently a great player under him, and you're like, ah, okay, this was the Giaccherinis of the world, and you're like, ah, okay. They put your wing back. They told you what your lane is. Do your job, and you look half decent.
Yeah,
But yeah, when it comes to actually being multifaceted defender and football player, he's not it. Tomori just
yeah.
quickest fun fact, quickest red card by double yellow in Milan history for a starter. It beats off. Wait, let me pull this up for you because I feel like there were
He,
some names that you're gonna enjoy.
who does tomorrow beat off?
Apparently Sassuolo players, because that's all it achieved. He
Yeah, he.
beats Paletta in 2016, 2017, and Rodrigo Eli, who had in 2015, 2016, who had both gotten sent off 36 minutes in. Still not the fastest overall double yellow from a player that any general. That was Salemakers in 2021, who got against Cagliari, who came off the bench and got two yellows in 8 minutes. But Tomori in 24 minutes.
Yeah,
Just dumb. Both of those. The first one is stupid, and then the second one to even go for it. And I understand he doesn't go in for a crazy challenge and stuff like that, but come on. And it's crazy to me because I feel like everyone knows it, right? I feel like he would know it. I feel like Allegri's probably told them. Every Milan fan that has ever watched Fikayo Tomori saw that first yellow and was like, "You're gonna get subbed at halftime. Just make it to halftime."
make it to halftime. Yeah,
Just like we saw, when was it? He got subbed exactly halftime. We're not so long ago, but just halftime.
yeah.
Just don't go for any challenges. And 20, literally the first time, he's yeah. I mean,
I just
it's
don't understand this Milan because we make Sassuolo look good, and Sassuolo look. No disrespect, we were beaten today 2-0, just like against Udinese 3-0. We deserve to lose, but it's not that they put out world class performances. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
It's not like you go to, I don't know, you go to Munich and you play Bayern and you're like, yeah, Harry Kane had one of those nights where he just demolished everyone, and Ulisse and
Hmm.
Luis Diaz, where you go to Paris, go to Paris, and the Kvaratskhelia has one of those nights. They do the basic. It's one pass into the box, and the striker turns and gets a half chance. It's so easy. They just break it. It's basic foot. They switch. For the 1-0, it's like two passes, I think, goes across. Berardi into space. It comes into his run, forward looking, one touch, boom, goal. Actually, direct
Yeah,
goal, boom.
yeah,
It's simple 101 football that they're playing. They're not masterminds.
I agreed, and it's the same thing in midfield. It's like every one of their midfielder just completely overpowered us, and it's not that it's like, oh yeah, it's Iniesta, Busquets, and Xavi. I'm not even seeing the ball. They're just they're just passing one
Yeah,
pass, going into space. No, it was just literally they wanted it more. Like they ran a little bit more. The only one who I thought Fofana sometimes had some spells that at least tried to use his physicality. Rabiot was the only one that to me like often happens this season is Sanchez where you're like okay he's trying and he's trying to kind of like with Udinese where everyone was terrible including Rabiot,
yeah,
but you're like okay he's the only one that's kind of keeping up with the physicality, but it's like who is making the push for Champions League in this game? Because it surely
yeah,
didn't look like us. They came and they just kicked our asses, and they were just they just wanted it more, and it's so frustrating. If I had to save some money, maybe it would be Rabiot. Leao misses the big chance, so that's a dog point, but it's not
yeah,
really his fault. Pavlovic, I thought also as always is the case, was one of the few that at least tried, throw himself in attack. And I just hate seeing the give up mode when we just throw it in and it there. And Kunku, I need to talk about set pieces. He was on set pieces today. No Modric, no Bartesaghi. Disgusting. Disgusting. I mean, all of them didn't. None of them were even close. The corners, the free kicks. I know you're with me on this, but also I like that we're both wearing our funeral outfit for this, just
but
all black for the funeral of Milan.
yeah, yeah. No, yeah.
But those
I was thinking of
those
bringing
set pieces. Oh my god.
yeah, yeah. No, I don't know where if what's going wrong because it's maybe it is that we were outperforming what we actually can achieve. Players were like getting a higher performance level, and Allegri was getting the best out of our players. But it seems like the preparation is off. I don't know
Yeah.
whether it's but then again you're thinking like okay well we set up the game wrong because the opposing team decides to play another tactic or they throw someone in attack that you thought wouldn't have and they've found a loophole in our defense. It's not that, it's just mentally not there. Tomorrow gets two yellow cards just like you mentioned. Why are we doing that? We've got midfielders that can hold on to the ball. It's simple mistakes that cost us the game, and it's not like a slip or I don't know a freak own goal. It's just lackluster, brain dead defending again.
Yeah, and it's been like that a few times this season and definitely lately, where we just come in and we're so weak and so soft. And we showed a little bit of fight actually after we went down and got the red card and we had a few chances. But it's like, why do we have to get slapped in the face? And it's happened so many
Yeah,
times this season. Sometimes we turn it around, like with Torino the first time, and sometimes we just aren't good enough to have enough quality on the pitch to turn it around. And that's we talked about it a little bit this year about the leftovers from a terrible year like last year. You can't just erase that. Um, but at some point, it's also been a full year, and it's like the perks of Allegri is getting everyone behind the same cause and making a push together. And we talked about how well he's done that this year. But then games like this happens, and I'm just wondering like, come on, you gotta be able to rally your troops. At this point, it doesn't really matter who's playing. Like we just gotta wake up a little bit. Like we have terrible players on the, it doesn't matter. We have terrible players on the pitch, terrible players on the bench. But we're talking about Sassuolo, which are doing great. I like what Gross has done, stuff like that. But you can go in the worst player on our bench, and they can play, qualitative wise with Sassuolo, and yeah, it's gonna some
yeah.
questions gonna come to Max. I wonder if this is could be. I don't know if he's gonna stay or go at the end of the year, but it would be kind of poetic if this is the nail in the coffin again for his second Milan experience.
Yeah, why would Allegri want to stay? Uh, he, will he be given the reins to sign people that he wants? Will management fulfill that? Doubt it. Showed in the first 2 months of Allegri during the transfer window that they decided not to follow. They're just, I mean, Fulani, I think at the negotiation table is an absolute loser. He has no experience in the footballing world. He's probably done some great investment banking stuff for Redbird, from the business point. Um, but it goes back to the Jashari negotiation where they took us for fools, and we're like, I remember actually being in Italy, here in Liguria, on the beach, and I was discussing it with the salvataggio, the lifeguard. It's like, when they've rejected our second bid or whatever it was, and we're like, okay, well, now it's enough, we're not going up anymore. Oh, what? The next couple of days, another bid of like heightened another 5 million. It goes to that, those kind of signings. Jashari's supposed to be the 1-1 replacement for Modric. He's barely played. He seemed cold. Ricci gets thrown in after not playing in a while. It's such a mess. And I think a friend of the podcast, Martino Puccio, highlighted it great. Redbird came in, took over a semi-finalist, a team with a lot of Scudetto winners, right? Because we kept most of our players after the Scudetto there in 2022. We made it to the semi-final of the Champions League. You can argue whether it was an easy path, but still, we made it to a semi-final. We then sell some of our best, or we hire second-rate managers who are dinosaurs in today's football, and then we decide to sell some of our best players and have absolute flops and sign absolute flops that our manager doesn't even want. And now we're at risk of not going or not qualifying for the Champions League. It's they really I think he mentioned it outright, and he said they've torpedoed Milan completely. Uh,
Oh, Peachy's joined us. This has been maybe the best part of the day. Oh, is he
I think
joining again?
Peachy would be a better footballer than Ruben Loftus-Cheek at this point.
Then Pervis Estupinian for sure. Peachy knows how to defend. This
I'm
is
not
Squidgy though,
calling.
is it? This is not
She's
sure.
probably got a higher football IQ than Estupiñán. You're right.
I'm seeing some comments. So first of all, thank you for joining in. Drop a like and subscribe. First one from, if I can read that, Mase El Gaz. Milan need an attacking coach, and the second one on the same sort of tune from Luth. Allegri ball like this from the beginning of the season, Milan win just because of luck. Look, I mean, in a defeat like this, just like what we said about Udinese, everyone's a fault, players and manager included. Obviously, we were just speaking about the unacceptable way in which the the Milan players took on the pitch, and Allegri plays a big role in that. But how much of Allegri's fault is it that Jashari can defend the ball 5 minutes in, loses a bloody ball, and Stupinian can't defend? Now, you can argue it's Allegri's fault that Stupinian is playing. Jashari was
Yeah,
sort of what everyone wanted, so that you can't really blame him for that. I don't know what Bartesaghi conditions are like, but that you can argue. But is that really Allegri's fault? Is it Allegri's fault that Tomori gets a red card in 24 minutes? Was he
yeah,
supposed to sub him after 15? I don't think so. Now, does Allegri have a big share of fault? Absolutely. Is it? Did we all of our wins were luck? Absolutely not. I disagree. Allegri could have and maybe should have done a lot better this year in terms of using that initial good run of results where we're stable and good and trying to build on it. And perhaps he didn't do that too well. But I'm not sure that today you can blame
yeah.
mostly Allegri's. The game was done after Tomori's red card. And again, second half, this is where you have time to adjust a little bit with the 10 men. You come out, you're like, okay, look, we're going to try to do something. Again, we don't know what Allegri said. Maybe it's his fault that we come out so flat, but we could see right away. Uh, tough to, yeah, I don't know.
I think
Uh,
I think with Allegri, you can say the 3-0 Udinese was partly his fault because we tried four at the back. That's his choice, and then that feeds into the tactics. That's never gonna it wasn't gonna work. That loss is on him. But like you say, you can't say that 35 million, almost 40 million euro center midfielder loses a simple ball in the midfield and then they convert it and Estupiñán can't defend, then you can argue, okay, why is Estupiñán playing? Is Bartesaghi not fit? But then it is, I don't think Allegri ever wanted Estupiñán to play
Yeah,
like at
yeah,
Milan. Then it goes to management. Why the hell have we signed him for 20 odd million euros? That's on
yeah,
management. Is it Allegri's fault that when it's 2-2 against Parma, that first of all Estupiñán makes two stupid mistakes that cost us being them catching up to 2-2, and then Alexis Salamaker's missing a 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, Pulisic also missing a sitter. Is that his fault? No. Is it his fault that all these missed chances, like you said, when we're ahead and teams have caught up and we've drawn in our unbeatable streak? Is that really his fault? No, not really. The only thing you'd say is sometimes personnel choice, starting 11s maybe with strikers, but again, none of them are his players, and we're playing mostly with two players, Pulisic and Leao, that are that aren't number nines and strikers. Then that's on him. But again, I mean, Pulisic has been ice cold.
yeah. I
Is
mean,
that really on him?
Pulisic, the subs. I mean, again, the subs is always tough because the game was ended. But Jimenez came in and did nothing. Pulisic walked around. Ruben Loftus-Cheek already talked about. And even the personnel choices. Like we came from a game where we said, yeah, Bartesaghi really struggled. So maybe a lot of people might have said, okay, keep trying to not that Estupinian shined against Juve, but maybe Allegri said, okay, well, a little bit of form or at least momentum, let's play him. And same thing for Jashari. Everyone was begging to Jashari to start. We said the only positive thing about Modric season being over is that we'll see more of Jashari, and everyone saying that, what did Jashari do to Allegri? Why does he never come in? And then this is the performance. Am I saying Jashar is a bad player? Absolutely not. I'm hoping that, with a full off season, in a system that allows him to play more minutes, and also where he's not, he doesn't have the pressure of saying, "Hey, this is the one start I get. Let's make the most of it." He performs better, but yeah, I mean, sometimes it feels like he does. Allegri's making the choices that everyone begs him to do, kind of like with the 4-3-3, and then it doesn't work out. And everyone's like, "Wow, how could we do this?" And it's like, you guys were begging for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it feels a little bit like that. If you have anything else to say, we can do that now. Otherwise, I will go back to bed with my tiny dog, to try to sleep off this illness and try to sleep off this absolutely disgusting game. Any final words?
No, just that Venezia are back in Serie A. That's nice. I think I love their
Yes,
kits. Their
that'll be
kits,
exciting.
I should say. KITS. Love their kits. No, I have nothing inspirational. I'm gagging to go for my Aperol spritz and have some cotoletta milanese.
And you're usually the
Arguably,
inspirational one.
sorry.
And you're usually the inspirational one. So when
Yeah,
when you're
no,
left
I've got
speechless, it's
nothing
bad.
left, mate. I'm yeah.
All right. Well,
The
it's
only
it's
good
harder to
news is that
say.
Newcastle are bottom half of the Premier League still.
You've been Newcastle's biggest hater this season.
I think
Ever
so.
since they got the Chow tweets going, they've been on your hit list. I'm sure we might get some Newcastle rejects this summer. This is Chelsea and Newcastle. This is usually where we thrive. So let's see what we
Screws Jacob
get.
Murphy right wing.
Yes, yes. Get Voltomade up in here.
I honestly, I would love him. He
I
can
would
actually
honestly love him
take
too.
down a ball. He can header. He can
And
shoot.
I do
Like,
feel
let's
bad
help
for
him.
him. He started off well, and then they were like, you know what? You should play. You're 1 meter 98. You should play left wing.
Or yeah, or center mid.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see
All
that
right.
that's you see that's like Eddie Howe's been making terrible decision. Like that's the kind of decision you'd be like, that's on the coach.
Yeah. 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 This is true.
Yeah, yeah. Anyways, Sweden are going to
All
the World
right.
Cup. That's all I have to say.
Get out of my country, dirty,
Get
dirty
out of
immigrant.
my country. This is
It's harder to
termination.
say on days like this, but as always, Forza
Forza
Milan.
Milan. Ciao.